Academy Awards, so it's pretty cool.
That'd be great. No, I love Rick more.
Yeah, they have that. I was just looking that up because I was watching Petey Wheatstraw.
That's right.
You know,
that's how I was introduced to it.
I got the whole collection.
Like,
You and Tornado.
I was just watching that. Yeah, not that long ago, and it's funny that you were talking about. I was like, I think I just was quoting on. I was tweeting. I was like, if I see a ghost, I cut the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now, how do you meet Hank the Third? Is there like a famous grandson's like Hollywood club or something, or what?
Right, I know. He came to my bookshop too. You know, it was kind of like it was a little bit art gallery, a little bit bookshop, and research center for producers and entertainers and stuff.
Right.
They would get like materials that they would end up using as kind of like source material for album art, different things. You know.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson has a famous quote where or there's a quote that you say. He bought so much that they paid for the whole month.
Yeah, well, actually, more than just a month. He pretty much kept me in business.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what happened with the store? It was only like a couple of years.
I was 23 years old, and I was barely sustaining. I mean, this was 2001 in LA. There was no scene.
Right.
The only people that, I mean, there was two types of people that came in that were just like, schizophrenic, Satanists that were like not bad people necessarily, but like not ones who bought stuff.
Right.
And I would end up like giving them things,
right.
more than selling them. And then these celebrities that would come in, like Rick Rubin and people that would really make me feel like I'm doing this for some reason.
Right.
Me and Rick Rubin have the same birthday.
Oh, good for you guys. Well, you were raving about Danzig before, and now that you're on the air, you're like you're.
I know. Well, I went to the show at the Forum.
These people are legends, I'm not immune to that,
Right, and so there's video. I mean, there's bad video of Danzig and Hank III singing at your wedding.
Bad video. There is bad. There's good video too. I have the good video,
right.
And the bad video was shot with I guess. A smartphone, if one existed in 2006.
There were few. I think it was a flip phone, but anyway, I was gonna ask you because I was listening to your podcast.
Which one? The one where
how many podcasts do you have?
Well, there's something wrong with me.
There's
That's
something
only
wrong
one,
with you.
but I have.
Why do you name it? There's something wrong with
because
it?
I'm fucked up.
You're not that fucked up.
Well, we don't have enough time in this podcast to get into.
No, but I was listening to you.
That's better.
You did it in 2014.
One more than my podcast.
You did it in 2014.
How many do you have a podcast?
I have a podcast with no episodes.
Well, you gotta get on it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
but I was listening to the Tinder episode.
Doesn't that make you feel responsible now?
I feel responsible for being. You guys have to get it together.
Hey, right?
Because I'll be the first one to follow it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Stanton, is Tinder the devil's work? That's what I want to know.
Wait, but what about Tinder? Is like looking for a fucking hot meal in a dumpster.
Well, but you on the show you say, you say like, I get grinders, guys that just want to fuck. Yes, that's what Tinder is too.
Did I say that?
Yes.
When did I say that? Which
on
one?
the show, on the Tinder show. You talk about this guy who was like perfect but he had a small dick.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
I know he was like, I'm tearing up your pussy. I'm like, you ain't increasing it, honey.
Yeah.
You're not making sense. I'm Tindering other dudes while he's eating my pussy. I'm like, just fuck me.
Well, you were comparing his dick to the iPhone.
I actually did. I was sucking his dick and I measured it. I was like, because it was not iPhone, I had the 4.
Was it? Oh,
I had like the 3.
It was the 3. Like S's, right?
No, it wasn't like it was
small
just,
one.
It wasn't the iPad. It was the iPhone.
it wasn't. I didn't take the laptop and be like, no, it was the 4. It was the 3 or small. It was a small one. It's a baby one, and it's like that much room. It had that much room, and I was like, and he was huge. Like he was
at least
6'5".
At least you know you can take a picture of it and it'll fit in the frame.
It would totally. I could take 6. I could actually like layer it, like 7 or 8.
Wow.
You do like an Andy Warhol dick, small dick.
Yes,
yeah.
I could.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, yeah.
But everything else was great about the guy.
No, and he was a huge dude, and it was the worst thing.
So he's 6'5" and a 4 inch
huge
dick.
hands, huge, big, like pick me up, like I mean, feel like a little lady. And then it's like,
wow.
It was like the size of a lipstick.
Mm.
You know?
See, no one's perfect.
No one is perfect.
Right.
That's true.
And then, but you were also, apparently you got a lot of guys asking for ass sex on the first date. And one.
Well, they talk about it. Hey, you know what? I'm all for the culo.
Because give me tips, because
that's probably the type of thing. The reason for that is like because it's at a bar it's a little bit more awkward to be like, hey, how about How about that?
Oh, so come on, Stanton. You've done that.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm not.
Butt fucking in the bar?
No,
You're the grandson of Satan. If anybody
like,
can go up to a girl and say, "Can I fuck you up the ass?"
Tonight,
it's you.
Yeah, I know.
And I would just
And
be
get away
like, is
with
there
it.
cocaine and whiskey involved?
I'll admit you're kind of right on that, but
Yeah.
But you can't just compare. You know, you can't compare me with the norm. You know, I mean.
Right.
I'm not on Tinder.
I know.
But
That's why she's smiling. I got it. But,
no, but I mean, I'm not opposed to anal, but.
no, but I haven't had a Tinder match in. I'm not on it that much, but.
I'm not. I deleted it.
No,
I'm done.
I haven't
I'm
had
like not dating.
I haven't had a
I
Tinder
said
match
6
in a
months. I'm not dating.
I haven't had a Tinder match in a month. You came up twice. Hannah came up this week, and I clicked. I super liked her because I wanted her to check out my profile. She's like, "It looks good." I'm like, "Something's wrong because I'm not getting any action."
Tinder's something I threaten to do if I get mad.
I'm on Tinder.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get a Tinder.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, trust me, that's an idle threat.
No, it's like going.
Right.
It's like going to a strip club.
I can imagine you on Tinder like.
Yeah, man.
Or like going.
You have to get your grandpa's cape and like the old.
You can have a whole setup.
There's a popular but kind of rare photo. Of course, it's one of the more popular ones in my archive of Anton in cape and horns with this smirk on his face, wearing nothing from the waist down.
Yeah.
And that'd be like the perfect Tinder pic.
Wow.
Super light.
So you've actually seen your grandpa's dick.
I have.
Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing it in person. He taught me how to pee. Yeah. So
sorry.
I was at like
didn't
waist
say
level,
Jesus
so I
Christ.
mean it was right there. You know?
But don't. Isn't that like dudes do that? Like
Dudes do that.
Like your like your
No,
dad
my
or
dad- yeah, my
your
dad
grandfather.
taught me.
Yeah,
My
like
dad taught
eventually
me
they
how
get
to
tired
pee,
of you peeing your pants and he goes, come
Yeah,
on, let
like
me take
show
you to the
you.
bathroom and show you how to do it.
Right.
I mean, if they show you like their boner, that's a different story.
No, that never happened.
Then, but it's like I'm not saying like in general. Like I'm like I don't really want to see. But if I
But
was a
did
guy,
end
I
up-
would understand my
I did
dad.
go on a couple dates with like strippers that had hooked up with my grandfather. You know,
Wow.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah. How was that? That's
It's strange, especially like when I didn't know beforehand and we're like on a date and the chick's like, oh yeah, I was over there at your grandfather's and gave him a blowjob, you know, like 6 months ago, and I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Did you cut the date right there? Was it just too awkward?
You know.
That's a no. But I was going to say these aren't people that like were with your grandfather in the '60s.
No, these are people who were with my grandfather in his 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sharing blowjobs with the wow.
Yeah.
And like I said, you did have the look.
Well, no, this was when I was much younger. I had the name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they were like, wanted to see if it was grandfather or like grandson, like grandfather.
You were grandfathered in it, so to speak.
Yeah,
But,
Grandfathered in the vagina.
It was like the groupies.
Groupies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you
Satan groupies.
there are Satan groupies.
Yeah.
And you've taken advantage of that, from what I've gathered.
I sure. Yeah.
You've got a beautiful wife now, but you had in your younger days.
She wouldn't be with me if I wasn't Sam LaVey.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. No, maybe.
Okay.
I wouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So if you were like
You're not the only one.
Nikki, the truck driver, you would be like, you don't think you.
Well, no, I would. I mean,
you're tall. You're good.
You're like, I wouldn't get top shelf pussy, okay?
No, I'd be all right.
You
I mean,
probably
I'd be all right. There were plenty of times in my life where I wasn't touting my horns and cape, and I did perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And you have a bigger dick than Marilyn Manson. If you just whip it out.
I've heard Marilyn Manson's not done it out.
No.
Yeah, it's not like a big.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
But Ron Jeremy once chased after me at the Rainbow Room. I ended up giving him a ride home because he kind of like.
I thought you gave him a blowjob.
No. I gave him a ride home because he kind of like he was like asking me what my secret is, you know. Type of
Really?
Yeah.
With the girls?
Yeah, with the ladies.
What's funny about Ron? I was at in Miami.
I knew
years
you had
ago.
a Ron Jeremy
I
story.
do.
I knew.
And I saw Ron Jeremy there, and I said, "Oh, I saw this porn of you. You guys were talking about you were fucking this. You were getting a blowjob from a girl, and another guy was fucking her from behind. You guys were talking about gardening." And it was just like this random.
That sounds like a Ron Jeremy.
And he goes, "I don't remember that porn. I don't remember most of the porn." And he's like, "Do you want to come fuck?" And I'm like,
"That's Ron."
I'm on my period. He goes, "I don't fucking care."
That's Ron.
And I'm like,
yeah,
no, not cool. And so then, but years later, I had to go to his building up here in Hollywood. I don't know if he's still in like Franklin.
Yeah, that's where I dropped him off at. Yeah.
And I went in there, and he was in the like in the lobby or whatever. And I was like, "Ron Jeremy, you trying to fuck me in Miami?" He said, "Well, did it work?" I'm like, "No, you didn't fuck me." He's like, well, what about now?
That's
You
right.
know? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, why didn't you fuck? And I was like, 'cause I was on my period. He's like, well, what about, yeah. He's like, but what about now? I'm like, still on my period.
Oh my God.
You should just been honest and say,